Hey guys, it's Robyn, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I've got a long and strong video for spring-summer 2025. So these are the scents in the catalog right now that I think are the strongest and or the longest lasting. So I've got this divided into two little lists because the first list is the bars that are very strong. These are the ones that I think are the strongest in the catalog, that I think would suit any open layout very well, and that I think are just good, solid, strong scents for people who either like a really strong scent or for people who have a very difficult to scent space. If you have very high ceilings, or if you have like a two-story part of your home, those can be harder spaces to scent. And so these will be bars that might work well in your home. These are bars that I have melted before and found them to be particularly strong in my house. My house is not difficult to scent, but these are ones that I've had very good experience with performance-wise, and I think would do well in larger spaces as well, and or ones that I've heard from other people who do have difficult to scent homes that it works well in their homes. So that is how I came up with this list. The second part of this list is the long-lasting bars. Now, some of the long-lasting bars are not necessarily the strongest bars, but the long-lasting ones are ones that you could put into a warmer and have it go for a few days, even if you leave your warmers running all the time like I do. So the long-lasting ones are going to be, some of them are going to be strong too, but not all of them are. Some of those long-lasting ones are like light or medium scents. They just go for days. Whereas the strong scents are ones that are nice and strong, but they might even be ones that are here for a good time, not a long time. Some of them are also long-lasting, but there are just ones that are just strong. All right, so the first one I've got here in my pile, these are in no particular order, by the way. This one's in the woods category. It's called Bonfire Beach. And this one has toasted marshmallow, white flint, sandalwood, salty sea air, and ocean spray. So this is kind of like a smoky, aquatic, sea salt ocean scent. Yeah, it's a little bit smoky, a little bit masculine as well, but there is that kind of charred marshmallow note there to kind of sweeten it up a little. This one is great mixed with vanilla scents. It's great on its own, and it's extremely strong and extremely long lasting. So this one falls in the category of both long lasting and strong. So Bonfire Beach is a great one. And again, I recommend that one for mixing or by itself. If you tend to not care for masculine type scents, this one can be just a hair masculine as well. So in that case, I would let it sit because it does get a bit sweeter with age in my experience. And you can also mix it with bakery scents like vanilla bean buttercream. I like to mix it with vanilla waves, which is no longer available, but yeah, you can mix this with a vanilla and sweeten it up as well. So Bonfire Beach, very strong, very long lasting. The next one here is also very strong and very long lasting, and it's brand new this year. This is Barefoot Beach. The other one was Bonfire Beach. This is Barefoot Beach. This one is also in the woods category, and it is coconut, macadamia nut, and island driftwood. So kind of like a nutty, sweet, like suntan oil, slightly perfumey scent. I would say there's a bit of a perfumey base here, but it is coconutty, like coconut oil, a bit of nuttiness. It's very pleasant. It's very pleasant. A little woodsy, a little bit rich, deep, very nice. I like this one for bedrooms. It's a very like nice cozy summer scent. If a summer scent can be cozy, this one kind of is, but don't be fooled. This one smells like it might be on the light side. It's not on the light side. It's crazy strong and crazy long lasting. This one goes for days. So Barefoot Beach, that's a good one. The next one we have here is also in the woods category. This is White Amber and Teak. It is amber, teak, and fresh bergamot, and this one is definitively masculine. So you do have to like cologne scents for this one. This is like a masculine woodsy type scent. So you do get amber, you get that teak. It is kind of cologne-y, even almost like in like a cologne / shower gel type of way. Like there is a bit of a crispness to that cologne, and I think that's the bergamot, but that is White Amber and Teak. Very good performer. Again, very long lasting, very strong. So if you're looking for a very good boomer house filler scent, White Amber and Teak's a good one if you can tolerate masculine scents. The next one we have here is in the fruity category. I would describe this one as fairly perfumey, and I think that's what makes it such a good performer. Now this one is again new this year, and it has Italian bergamot, sun-kissed coconut, sweet berries, and warm amber. So this one, to my nose, is very heavy on that amber. You do get some coconut there, but on warm, I found this to be much more of like a floral amber type scent. So there's that one. It does have those kind of like summer fruits in it as well, but on warm, the impression was kind of like a perfumey amber with a little bit of fruity base. But again, that is, I think, what carries this one. Again, it's very long lasting, very strong. It's not as long lasting as some, like I didn't put this on the long lasting list. but it definitely makes the strong category. So Italian Sunshine. The next one we have here, which just barely made the strong category. So if you have the very hardest of open layouts to scent, I wouldn't pick this one, but it does do well in larger spaces sometimes. And this is Pink Pineapple and Sugar. This one has pink pineapple, fresh papaya, and crystallized sugar. Now I think what makes this one have a little bit of oomph behind it is that it does have like a perfumey base. There's a little bit of musk or like body care here. It is sweet pineapple. It's got a bit of a fresh papaya. It's sweet and fruity, airy, bright, but it does have a little bit of a base of body care. And I think that's what makes this one a little stronger than some other fruity scents. So Pink Pineapple and Sugar is a good one. There is that one. Okay, if you're a fruity fan and you like fruity scents, this is the strongest fruity scent Scentsy has, and one of the strongest scents we have in general. This is a oldie but a goodie. This is Rainbow Sherbet, and this one is orange zest, sugared strawberry, and key lime, and it is strong, fruity, punchy goodness. It is summer in a bar. You get lime. I wouldn't pick out strawberry necessarily, but you get lime, orange. It's got that punchiness to it. It does smell like it's not overly sweet either. Like it says sherbet and it is sweet, but it is strong and just citrus forward. Very good, very fruity, very strong, like very strong. So no matter how large your home is or how hard it is to scent, Rainbow Sherbet is one I would strongly recommend picking up for summer. That is a oldie but a goodie. The next one we have is in the fruity category. I would say it could probably go in the fresh category as well. This is another new scent this season. It's called Sweet Lime and Peach. This one has fresh lime, garden mint, and peach blossom. Now this one doesn't smell crazy strong on cold, but on warm, I found it to be quite long lasting and quite strong. So yes, this is mint. It has a kind of a bitter lime note to it and a slight floral tone. So again, fruity scents can be a little bit harder to get performance out of sometimes because there's less base notes there. Some of the fruity ones I've showed you here do have some kind of longer lasting base notes, like Pink Pineapple Sugar. Those kind of perfumey notes tend to carry it longer. Rainbow Sherbet has none of those, but for some reason Rainbow Sherbet is crazy strong anyways. Sweet Lime and Peach has that mintiness, that freshness, and that peach blossom is more of a blossom than a peach, if that makes sense. So it's more floral than fruity and more fresh than fruity to my nose. So I think that's what carries this one a bit better. Now this one was fairly long lasting as well in my home. And again, it's not the strongest of the strong, but I do think it was fairly strong enough to make this list. The next one we have here is another one of the very strongest in the catalog. So again, if you have the very hardest house to scent, Jammy Time is going to do it for you. So Jammy Time, the notes on this one are baby freesia, lavender, and sweet pea. And this one is crazy strong and crazy long lasting. So if you want strong and long lasting, Jammy Time is a bar for you. And this one, a little goes a long way. I will say 1 cube will do a room, even a large room, no problem. So Jammy Time's a good bang for your buck bar as well, because you get a little wax goes a long way with this one. In the bakery category, we only have one bar that I would say meets the strong category, and that is Blueberry Cheesecake. Now this one isn't especially long lasting. It's an average duration performer, but it has New York cheesecake, graham cracker crust, and blueberries, and it's almost like a blueberry compote type scent. I get mostly that blueberry compote, a bit of a tart tang from the cheesecake, which some people don't care for. And I agree. For me, I do prefer to mix this scent. But if you are looking for a strong bakery scent, Blueberry Cheesecake is a strong bakery scent. So there's that one. And again, average duration, but I do think it meets the qualifications for being strong. Then we have the licensed bars. So one of the catalog licensed bars is Wizarding World, and this one has a whole bunch of different notes in it. So here's Wizarding World, and this one has sparkling citrus, green apple, mahogany woods, vanilla, and amber. So lots going on in this bar. The impression is kind of like a fallish cologne, but there is like, it smells like fall. It smells like a fall library, masculine tones. You get a hint of the apple, but it's almost like in a cologne way. I wouldn't say I'm detecting citrus. It's very woodsy, a little bit similar to something like White Amber and Teak, but I prefer the complexity of Wizarding World. And again, this one is a great bang for your buck bar because a little goes a long way. One cube will do a whole room very nicely. Very strong, very long lasting. Again, one of the better performers in the catalog, and I think a little bit underrated. I think people kind of miss this one or skip this one because it is kind of complex. It's got a lot of different notes in it, and it's hard to picture how these notes would come together because you have the citrus, the apple, mahogany woods, vanilla, and amber. I would say the amber is the most apparent, followed by those mahogany woods, and then a little bit of that apple, but I would say it's more of a red apple than a green apple. I'm not getting the tartness that I get from green apple typically. Sparkling citrus, it's not a citrus forward bar. And vanilla, like barely there, just rounding things out a little bit. You would not detect vanilla by itself. So that is Wizarding World. If you haven't tried it and you're looking for a strong, long-lasting bar, I would recommend that one. The next one in our catalog that is very strong, not especially long-lasting, this one is just strong and very strong at that. If you have a difficult scent to space, Stitch, Experiment 626, this is a good one. Now this is Valencia Orange, Pineapple Nectar, Sugarcane, and Sea Salt Mist. And this one is fantastic. It is like, smell it from the driveway strong. It's so good. It's tropical, summer, fruity, slightly fresh goodness. You get that orange, it is sweet. You get a little bit of like, almost like a, does it say sea salt air? Is that what that says? Because I do get like almost a sense of like something aquatic. Sea salt mist, yeah. There's something aquatic here without being too aquatic. It is a fruity, fruity, sweet bar. So that pineapple, the orange, and the sugar, it's so good. Yeah, this one I love. I actually might throw this in today. This is just a fantastic one. So good one to have on hand for summer and crazy, crazy strong. Okay, I do have some more strong bars here. These are ones that I don't have on hand particularly. Now, the reason I don't have them on hand is either because I've used them up and haven't gotten more yet, or they're just not bars that are my personal scent preference, but I do think they're fantastic strong performers. So we'll go through those as well. Okay, in the citrus category, we have Peach and Grapefruit Mimosa. This is one that I probably will pick up again. This was in the Easter collection last year and it's in the catalog now. And it is grapefruit, peach, and vanilla. It is the strongest peach grapefruit scent. It is crazy strong. Like, I had a friend describe it as atomically strong, and I would agree. It is extremely strong. It's gonna scent any open layout, no problem. I remember it being kind of an average duration, so it's not long lasting necessarily. It's like average, but extremely strong. Any open layout scent, any open layout you have, that one's gonna tackle. So Peach and Grapefruit Mimosa, strongly recommend if you're looking for a strong scent. The next one we have here is Heirloom Rose. Now this one is Fresh Air, Garden Rose, and Lush Greens. And I don't have this one on hand because I'm not a rose person myself, but it was a fairly strong, rose tends to do well no matter what. So Heirloom Rose is a nice strong scent if you like rose scents. So that one does have a little bit of a green stemmy note to it, which I do like. It is a very traditional rose scent, but it does have just a little bit of freshness from that fresh air and a bit of a green stemmy note as well to kind of balance out the rose itself. So very strong, and I can't recall the longevity on that one, but it is strong. The next bar we have here is Kindness. This was in the Mother's Day collection last year and it's in catalog this year. This one is Dewy Greens, Magnolia, and White Musk. Now this is a very pretty scent. This one I had a couple bars of, I've used them up. It is a floral fresh scent. So if you like floral but you can't do floral by itself, Kindness is floral with a hefty dose of fresh, like almost like a laundry fresh type vibe. So it is very pretty. It's got a bit of a crispness to it. Yeah, it's a pretty one. So if you like laundry florals and that sort of thing, this is a very strong scent and it's a good one. Also quite long lasting. So Kindness, I would strongly recommend. The next one we have here that is atomically strong is Lilacs and Violets. This one is Lilacs and Violets. That's what the notes are, that's what the name is, that's what it is. So that one is a nice strong one as well if you like florals. It is fairly true to like a fresh lilac scent. So there is that one. The next one is new this season. It is Sweet Pea and Freesia. It is Sweet Pea, Freesia, and Rose Water. Now I think the Rose Water is what kind of makes that one especially strong. But again, florals do tend to be a little stronger. Sweet Pea and Freesia is one that I had and I gave it to my mom who likes that type of scent more than I do. I don't personally care for florals all that much. They tend to give me headaches. So I passed it on to my mom who does like them. So Sweet Pea and Freesia, to my nose, was a slightly soapy floral scent. Like a soapy perfumey type scent in a floral tone. Very traditional, like the rose water came through. Very traditional floral. So there's that one, and for me that was quite strong and fairly long lasting as well. The next one here that I would strongly recommend, and again, this is one of the better performers in the catalog for both strength and longevity, is Bamboo and Rainfall in the fresh category. It has Rainfall, Fresh Bamboo, and Melon Water. Now it is a very like Calgon Take Me Away type scent, like very like green, bamboo, fresh. You do have the Rainfall. The Melon Water you don't get as much of, like there's not as much melon water. It is mostly like that rain and bamboo. It's very crisp, very green, very fresh, and extremely strong, extremely long lasting. It is absolutely open layout worthy for any space. So that one is a very good one. I will repurchase that one. The next one we have here is Clothesline. This is a classic year-round available scent. We got a snoring puppy dog here beside me if you hear noise. Clothesline has crisp greens, orange flower, violet, and smells like laundry. And it does. It is your traditional laundry scent. And I would say it veers a little bit floral laundry, and it's crazy strong. If you like laundry scents, but you don't prefer a floral laundry, then I would suggest Clean Breeze. Clean Breeze is not as strong as Clothesline, but Clean Breeze is still respectably strong, and it says it has white florals and smells like laundry. I do not smell a whole lot of floral in Clean Breeze, where I do smell quite a bit of floral in Clothesline. So it depends on the person and what kind of laundry scent you like. If you like more of a fresh air, sun-dried linen laundry, then I would suggest Clean Breeze with the mention that it's not nearly as strong as Clothesline. If you want a traditional floral laundry scent, Clothesline, and it is much stronger than Clean Breeze, at least in my home and my experience. So Clothesline, can't go wrong if you're looking for strong and long lasting. That one is extremely strong. The next one we have here is kind of like a fruity fresh scent, and this has again been around for a while, and it is Make a Splash. Now I used up mine last summer and I haven't got a new bar yet. This one is Dewy Melon, Fresh Green Apple, and Turquoise Waters. So it does have some fruitiness to it with that melon and the apple. The green apple here is not particularly tart to my nose. The turquoise waters are kind of what you would expect when you're thinking like an aquatic scent. So yeah, between the melon, the apple, and the waters and the aquatic notes, it is very, very nice, very summery, and an extremely strong performer. So Make a Splash, I would recommend. And then the last one that I don't have on hand is Coastal Sunset. Now this one is creamy coconut and sandalwood and amethyst amber. So coconut, sandalwood, and amber. This one is very strong, very pleasant summery scent. It does have a bit of like a woodsiness to it. If it had a sister scent, I would say the sister scent is probably Barefoot Beach. They both have kind of like a perfumey base note, but Coastal Sunset is very, very strong. I don't even know how to describe the difference between them. I would say Barefoot Beach is also we've already talked about Barefoot Beach. That was the very strong one we talked about at the beginning. That was the newer release one with coconut and macadamia and driftwood, whereas Coastal Sunset is coconut, sandalwood, and amber. They both have perfumey base notes. I would say Barefoot Beach has more coconut and more nuttiness, whereas Coastal Sunset has more of those kind of amber notes, and the coconut is more in the background on that one. And again, the sandalwood, I would say, is more traditional sandalwood and a bit more woody than like the driftwood note, which is a bit smoother in Barefoot Beach. So that's kind of the difference between the two to my nose. All right, so that is the strong scents. And some of those, like I said, were long lasting as well, and I pointed those out where they were. Now, if you have any that perform very strongly in your home that I didn't mention here, please put them in the comments below so people can get an idea on what else they might want to try. And then in the meantime, I have got the long lasting scents here. Now to preface this, some of these are going to be the same as the ones we just talked about, and some are going to be different. These long lasting ones are going to be not necessarily strong, but they will be long lasting. So the first one I have here is not a strong scent. It can be, but it didn't make the strong list. It's kind of like a medium plus, so it didn't make the strong list, but this is Moon Orchid. This had been a new release last year, and it stuck around this year. And the scent notes on this one are bergamot, night blooming jasmine, and vanilla orchid. This one is floral. It is kind of like a rich, sultry floral. There's almost a bit of a fruitiness somewhere there. What would that be? There's nothing fruity in the notes. I would say almost like a deep, dark berry juice somewhere far in the background. But it is kind of like a musky, almost not quite dusty, but musky, sultry floral. Yeah, that orchid is definitely there. I'm not getting a lot of the bergamot, but this is one of those ones also that changes over time. Not so much with age. It smells the same now as it did before, but in the warmer over time, this one kind of transforms over a couple different stages. So this one goes for a good 2 or 3 days in the warmer, and it kind of goes through stages. It goes from like what you smell is what you get to a bit of a different note to a bit of a different note. And I can't recall exactly what those stages were because it's been a while since I warmed this one, but I do remember it being very long lasting. So that is Moon Orchid. That is a good long lasting one. Also long lasting are two of the ones that we've already talked about in the strong category, Bonfire Beach and Barefoot Beach. These are both extremely long lasting as well. So they are strong and long lasting. Coastal Sunset, extremely long lasting. Again, I don't have a bar of it here to show you, but it's very long lasting and strong. White Amber and Teak, also very strong and very long lasting. So White Amber and Teak gets a long mention as well. Bamboo and Rainfall, very long lasting as well as strong. Jammy Time, also very long lasting as well as strong. Sweet Pea and Freesia, also long lasting as well as strong. Another one, oh, I should have pulled this. I think I do have this on hand. Summer Moonlight. This one is Sweet Pea, I want to say strawberry and vanilla. Is that what that is? No, strawberry, sweet pea, and sandalwood in Summer Moonlight. So that one is beautiful. The strawberry there is less fresh strawberry and more just like almost like a perfumey strawberry. It is so pretty. Like the sweet pea mixed with the berry, mixed with a little bit of sandalwood. It's so pretty. If you're looking for like a really, really beautiful bedroom scent, I would strongly recommend picking up Summer Moonlight. It is not the strongest bar. I wouldn't suggest Summer Moonlight for open layouts necessarily, but it's very long lasting. Like a good solid 2 days, maybe longer in the warmer. Very beautiful, especially for bedrooms. This one I just finished up recently. This is Pinkberry Sandalwood. Now, Pinkberry Sandalwood, they have got in the fruity category for some reason, and I can't figure out why, because to my nose that belongs in either floral or in woodsy. So Pinkberry Sandalwood is pinkberry, fresh cherry, tonka bean, and sandalwood. And I would say the sandalwood is what comes out the most. And the fresh cherry, I read more as like a cherry blossom type note. So for me, this is almost like a cherry blossom, woodsy, slightly fruity, perfumey type scent. That would be Pinkberry Sandalwood. Now, Pinkberry Sandalwood is about a medium strength in my home. It can be stronger depending on where you melt it, but its strength is that it is very long lasting. It will go for a couple days easily. So Pinkberry Sandalwood, if you're looking for a long lasting scent, I would strongly recommend. And again, I prefer Pinkberry Sandalwood in bedrooms. To me, it just leans more bedroomy. Do you hear these sleep woofs we have? Ben, what you doing? Is he a good boy? We have the sleep woofs happening. Okay. He is having a good nap there. And again, if you have any long-lasting scents that work really well in your home for longevity that I didn't mention here, put them below in the comments, please. So yeah, that is what I've got for today as far as strong, long-lasting scents. And again, put your experiences in the comments below. There might be some scents that I recommended here as being strong that maybe you warmed in your house and it was not strong at all. So put that in the comments too, because every home is different. Climate plays a big role. Whether you have carpeting or not plays a big role. Whether you have air conditioner or heating running plays a role. Open windows plays a role. And again, spring and summer scents tend to be a little less strong and a little less long lasting than your fall winter scents, just because of the nature of those types of scents. When you think of summer scents, you're thinking fresh, airy, fruity. Whereas when you're thinking fall winter, you've got the spice notes and the heavy woodsy notes and all of those kind of notes that just kind of last longer. So some people find that fall winter scents do much better in their home than spring summer scents. And part of that is the scents themselves. Fall winter scents tend to be stronger with more with more rich base notes and things like that, whereas spring summer scents tend to be airier and lighter. The other part of that is that for many people in the spring summer, they have either windows open or they have air conditioning running pretty often, and that can make a difference as well. So in my neck of the woods, we don't have air conditioning. We do have heat running for a lot of the year though, so that plays a role as well. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what has worked especially well in your home. And again, there may be limited time offer bars that come along that are very strong or long lasting too. In this video, I kept it to just things that are in the spring summer catalog because I wanted it to be relevant whether you watch this now or whether you watch this in like July or August of 2025. So this video will be relevant until the end of the catalog season. So hope that was helpful. And if you do come across any limited time offer bars that are extremely good performing in your home, put those in the comments too, because that way if people are reading and it's still available, they can check that out as well. Other than that, hope that was helpful and hope you're having a great week. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.